Hello everyone and welcome back to Tanla Creek Farm. Today we're doing a hive inspection. So we are very new to beekeeping here. It's year one. We have one hive right now, but we are going to get another one. I'm waiting on my husband to come back from his deployment so that he can come with me to pick up the second one from a beekeeper that we know. So the second hive we get, or the second colony we get, it'll be a full colony. It's not going to be a nuke. The bees that we're going to go check on today were a 5-frame nuke that I got from a local beekeeping store in Vass, North Carolina. Midnight Bee Supply, shout out to them. And yeah, so first thing we'll do is go over what I use to check on my bees and some resources. So first things first, I like to wear just normal work pants and my gardening boots. And then a jacket with a hood. So this is Massive Bee Store is the brand. If it's on Amazon, I will link it. But my friend got me this because she's always wanted bees and they don't live somewhere where they can have them right now. And so she was so excited when I got bees that she was like, don't buy the jacket or the smoker, I want to get that for you. And all of my hive tools and my smoker, it literally just hangs out by the hive. So you'll see that when we get over there. The hive tools are very simple. You can honestly use a flathead screwdriver if you really needed to, or you can go get a special kind of hive tool. All of that stuff, my recommendation is to go with honestly something cheap because, and I'll link the one that the starter kit that I got in the description, but go with something cheap because like hive tools can get lost, your smoker can get damaged, like all that stuff should be replaceable. If you want to invest in a nice jacket, I totally get it. But the hive tools, it's a piece of metal. Now, as far as gloves, this is what I started with. Standard beekeeping glove. It's decent. There's a little bit of dead space in the fingers. You can kind of see how wide the fingers are, which makes it a little bit difficult to handle the frames. So today I'm actually going to try these really thick, like nitrile gloves that I got from Harbor Freight. And if I get stung, then I will try and put on these ridge cut gardening gloves that are actually honestly probably thicker than these ones, but a lot less dead space in the fingers. So I'm working on the glove thing because, you know, I don't like to smoke the bees really that much. I'd rather them just stay calm because I'm not messing up, so to speak. So yeah, I'm going to try and use some different gloves today just to see if we can improve dexterity and disturb them a little bit less. Now, as far as resources go for education, beekeeping for beginners, I use this. I have not read this front to back, though I do want to. This is the sort of thing where, like, if I have a question, like if I'm about to go out and do something with the bees and I'm like, hold on, you know, or I see something in the hive, then I can come back and figure out maybe try to figure out what it was that I saw. It's a good resource to have. But this is what I'm really excited about. Today will be my first day using this beekeeping logbook. I'm so excited. So what this has is just some really basic notes in the beginning. It has like a timetable for the honeybee life cycle of a queen, a worker, and a drone, which is pretty cool. It has a monthly planner section. So if you have like multiple colonies and they're in like 2 different fields, you know, you can plan out when you want to go where. Beekeeper contacts, definitely have to put Uncle Buck in this thing because that dude is just a wealth of knowledge. Okay, so now, this is what the checklist looks like. You can see it. And it's just, the rest of the book is just all checklists. So, number 1, it has the hive ID. So we'll call this one OG because it's our first hive. And then the date today is 29 April. The time is, hold on, 2:40 p.m. Weather, it's overcast breezy, and then I'm gonna guess it's 70 degrees. Let's see how close I am. 73. I was gonna freaking say 73. God. And then I was like, oh, let's just, play it even. It's stupid. Okay. Now, so the next section is hive configuration. So this is asking what does the hive look like right now as far as infrastructure? So number of brood boxes, I have 1. Number of frames, 8. Number of supers, 0. Feeder, yes. Pollen trap, no. Bottom board, yes. Queen excluder, no. Entrance reducer, yes. Repairs / other, I don't know of any repairs that I need to take care of right now. And then it has external observations. It goes into then the hive. So external observations is the population weak, normal, or strong? Are they calm, tense, or angry? Are they fanning, wafting, bearding? Are they returning with pollen? And what kind of color? Is there signs of robbing? And is there signs of animal disturbance? And then inside the hive, did you see the queen? Was she marked? I already know my queen's not marked. And then if she was marked, the color and the year. Brood stage, so eggs, 1 egg per cell, yes or no. A large number of drones, yes or no. Larvae, white and shiny, yes or no. Pupae, capped brood. Is there food in the hive? So pollen and nectar and feed. I know my feeder is empty. I did want to replenish that today, and I probably will. But the sugar is dissolving in the water right now, and I didn't want to wait to record the video because my son is napping, so it's the perfect time for me to be out here. So we'll be replenishing the feeder later, but that is really easy. You just lift up the top lid and pour it in there. You honestly don't... I wouldn't feel like I would need to suit up for that, but you do what you're comfortable with. Brood pattern, uniform, spotty, scattered, queen cells, emergency, supersedure, or swarm cells. I feel like that is like graduate level. I don't really know the difference between like an emergency or a supersedure or swarm cell. But maybe Uncle Buck can help me out with that. And then irregularities. SHB, so hive beetles, varroa, dysentery, wax moth, ants, bald brood, chalkboard, or chalk brood. Don't even know what that is. Mold, dead bees, deformed wings, and then what does it smell like in there, sweet, sour, or foul? And then a section for notes and actions taken. So that is the full checklist. I mean, that is just really, really great. So I'm going to bring this checklist with me. Will I be filling it out while I'm over there? I don't know. But at least I can go through and look for all these things and make a mental note. And then once I get everything closed back up and I get out of there, I can sit back down and fill out, what I saw. But this is helpful even when you come back up from your hive inspection, I think. And just to go through and note. And if you don't remember if you saw something or if you don't remember what it smelled like, if it didn't stick out, it's probably normal. And it's okay. Like, fill out what you know. That way you have a record, But if you don't remember, was the larvae white and shiny, say la vie. It's all good. So, yeah. I feel like this would be really, really helpful if we had a bunch of hives. We only have 1. But I'm using this as an opportunity to practice how I want to play when we have more bees. So let's get suited up and we will head over there to check on the bees. I'm excited. Put my meta glasses right here so I can shoot some close-up content of what I'm actually seeing. I've never done a hive inspection with meta glasses on before, so like anything I do the first time, it's probably going to be a cluster. It's okay. We got to be positive on YouTube. Nobody's going to watch your stuff if you're negative all the time. All right. Get the other ponytail. This jacket did come with the other hood, like the one that's like a big hat and then it hangs down. I have not tried that one yet, but I kind of want to try it and see which one I like better, and then I'll give the other one to my husband. But it'll just be our little secret. He ain't gonna know. Oh, day! I'm stuck on something. Oh! All right, all right, all right. All right, and then, like I said, I'm gonna be a brave little toaster and put on these first. We will try these ones first and see if they sting through it or not. The other thing I'm worried about with these is that my hands are gonna get very, very sweaty. So, but you know, that's why we have multiple pairs of gloves. It'll be fine. I can just turn around and fix myself. So, we're gonna set up over by the beehive and we will start our hive inspection. So looking at the outside of the hive, we are seeing some yellow and orange pollen, and there's not too much fanning going on outside the hive, and a pretty good sized population. I can tell that the population has definitely grown since I dropped them off here a few weeks ago. This is my smoker, very, very simple. And this is the hive tool that came with the starter kit. And the starter kit actually also came with a nice little bag. So you could like put this in a 5-gallon bucket or something, or just carry this down with you to keep all your stuff in. Pretty nice. And I always keep a lighter with my smoker so that I'm not scrambling looking for a lighter. Population seems normal. They're very calm. They're not bouncing off me or trying to sting me. And that's nice. They're not fanning, wafting, or bearding. There's like a little bit of wafting going on, but not much. Bees returning pollen, yes, and it's light orange. And it actually has a pollen color guide on the back. So I would say like 19 or 20. Signs of robbing, no. Animal disturbance, no. So now we're ready to open our hive. So we do unfortunately have some drowned bees in the feeder, so I will need to clean this feeder out. Good amount of bees on the top here. So the point of this hive inspection today, because I think it's always good to have a goal when you go to do anything, is to locate the queen or signs of a queen, find some eggs, and make sure that they're not using up 70% of their space in there. So if I need to get them some more space, I know today to do that. And what I mean by more space is just putting on another box. They coat everything in this, it's called like propolis or something. And so things can get a little sticky, which is why it's nice to have this hive tool. So I did put some new frames in, so I'm interested to see if they are actually using them or not. All right, so this is one of the empty frames that I moved toward the middle. And it looks like they're filling this up with honey. So I don't see any, this is just honey and pollen. So nothing of note on there, but I am glad that they're using it. They're only using one side though. This is some more honey here. It smells really sweet. And this is another one where they're only using one side. So I'm confident that they have plenty of room. I don't see any queen cells, which is good. I see a little bit of capped brood, and I'm pretty sure I don't see a queen on this one. A lot of capped brood here. That's really great. I did not see that last time. Still not seeing a queen, but I am very inexperienced, so sometimes I feel like that's just on me. I do see some larvae in there, which is great. So very happy to see that. Let's see what's going on this outside frame. Wow, this one's heavy. Holy moly. Honey, a little bit of capped brood. Not seeing eggs there. Yeah, it's super challenging. I don't think I've seen the queen yet. It's just funny because they say, oh, look for one with like a body or an abdomen that extends past the wings. And it's like, well, I feel like I see that frequently on some of these bees, you know? Definitely some larvae here at the bottom, but it looks like it's drone and not queen cells. The queen cells were looking for that peanut shape, and I am just not seeing that here. Still no queen and still not confident that I've seen eggs, but I am seeing larvae and capped brood, which is a really good sign. Still a couple more frames to go here. All right, let's see what we have here. I found her! Oh my gosh, girl, you're alive! Holy moly, how did I miss you? Oh my gosh, this bee is huge. I cannot believe I missed her this whole time. I mean, that is the biggest bee I've ever seen in my life. Sister, go off. Yes, ma'am, do your thing. So now that I know which one she's on, I'm gonna be very careful. But I have seen what I needed to see. She's doing all of the things that she is supposed to be doing. And here's our last quote-unquote new frame, and it's full of honey. Honey and pollen. You can hear in my voice how freaking happy I am, dude. I am just ecstatic. Oh, hallelujah. We love to see it, you guys. So let's go back, not get too excited here. We need to look at our checklist. I have some bees on me. That's okay. Queen-sided. Hell yeah. She was not marked. Brood stage, eggs. I didn't see large number of drones. I don't know what a large number of drones means. Larvae, yes. White and shiny, yes. Pupae, I need to look up what pupae looks like. Capped brood, yes, I saw it. There's pollen and nectar in the hive. Their feeder is empty. The brood pattern is uniform. Every cell or every frame pretty much looked very similar. Queen cells, I did not see any of those. So this bee is deciding if it wants to sting me. Very rude. So as far as irregularities, I did not see hive beetles or varroa, but I've seen varroa before, so I do know that they're in there. Dysentery, wax moth, no. Deformed wings, I didn't see it today. I didn't see mold. Dead bees I did see in the feeder. No ants. I don't know what ball brood is. I need to look that up. I don't know what chalk brood is. I also need to look that up. I didn't see dysentery or wax moth. So we need treatment plan because I know that we do have a mite population in here. I just don't know how big it is, which is the case with most beehives. Like, assume if you have not treated for varroa that you have it. And there's some things that you can do to confirm it, but for me, or to get an exact count, for me with just one hive, it is relatively straightforward enough to just look and see if I see signs of varroa. So the black bees with the deformed wings, or you can literally see the mites on the back of their neck. So we need a treatment plan for varroa, and we need feeder. And then other than that, they're doing really good. We've had some really dry weather, which is why I'm not seeing the amount of honey that like you might expect. I was talking to Uncle Buck, the beekeeper, and he was saying that, yeah, there's like no honey this year because of how dry it's been in North Carolina in the middle of what was supposed to be the nectar flow. And then you get too late in the season and it's just gone, you know, so you kind of have to wait. So we're kind of already heading toward the dearth, I think, and we're really not getting enough rain to help them catch up, which is why the first week they were in the hive, they did not touch the feeder, and now the feeder's empty. So it is time to get them some more food. The nice thing about wearing the meta glasses, to be totally honest with you, is that you can really go back and like freeze frame your footage and see if there's anything that you missed. Don't get mad at me, guys. I'm minding my business. My bee's nest. I'm minding my beeswax. Oh, yep, there's a queen cell right there. I'm glad I came back and looked at this. I need to see if there's anything in there. I can't believe they have such a nice, strong, healthy looking queen, but maybe it's because she's not laying, because I really don't see any eggs. And if she's not laying, then maybe they're trying to replace her. Yep, there's definitely a larva in there, but it is not capped. I was wondering why they were all so crowded around that doggone thing. Now it makes total sense. Yeah, because I don't see any eggs, That's kind of why I'm half of the mind to leave that queen cell on there. And if they do swarm, I do have another hive body that I can catch them and put them in there. So I do still have that option. All right, we're gonna put the last frame back in. I did not see the queen again. I definitely didn't see any eggs either. So that might be why they're building that new queen cell. It could be that she's not a strong queen and they're about to vote her off the island. So I'm not going to like squish that queen cell or try and do anything crazy. I'm gonna let nature run its course. And if they swarm, I will trap them and put them in a new hive, or like put them in that nuke that I got from that store, and then that's probably what I'll use as the trap, to be honest with you. But overall, I think a really interesting hive inspection. I'm glad I didn't wait too long to get in here. I was a little worried that, you know, I didn't want to disturb them too much or whatever, but Uncle Buck said you really can't disturb them too much. He said you could get in here every day if you wanted to. We have quite a few dead bees in here, and I would like to get them out because I just think that dead bees in the feeder is a little bit gross. We will get our sugar syrup and refill their feeder now that it's all mostly clean. And yeah, it's gonna be another great day for the honeybees. I hope this was helpful. Like I said, I am not an expert beekeeper. This is literally my first year in my first hive, but I hope that these videos kind of provide you with an example of what brand new beekeepers are doing. Because I think our hive inspections are very simple because we don't know what we don't know. And I think it's good to see both sides. Like it's good to see what the experts are doing, because I watch the experts too, and I listen to the podcast and I read the books and I do all the stuff, but nothing beats getting out here and experiencing it for yourself. So I hope you guys get some bees this year, and if you have them, get out there and do your hive inspections. And Uncle Buck said you can't do too many. I know everybody feels differently about this, but Uncle Buck said you could come out every day. And so I encourage us all to get out with our bees a little bit more. Please subscribe to the channel if you like this stuff. We post goats. I have a really surprisingly successful tallow soap business that I am going to make some more videos on. If you're interested in learning about how to run a business solo and advertise and do all the things to make, you know, 6 figures worth of soap revenue, I'm your girl. So I will start making more videos about that. And obviously I drop videos about the goats all the time, but let me know what you're curious about. Cost breakdown for starting bees, or like a finances, like how much I expect to make in like 1 to 2 years of having bees. If you guys are interested in the financial videos, please let me know, because I'm a nerd for that stuff too. And so I love sitting down and crunching numbers and making them up, and not really making them up. I end up being like 70% right in my in my predictions. But it is good to like take a crack at seeing what's possible and what's not. So if you want more finance videos, please let me know. Country finances are just a real treat for us all. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys on the next one. Later.